Okay, so Pietro, what do you think we should ask Ampy about this? Should we just jump in and get like a little intro, see what kind of sassy feeling on Mythos
Yeah,
exists?
let's do an overview. Yeah, get some high level sass.
Okay, great. Let's do it.
Let's amplify our intelligence.
Okay, Ampy, we are really interested in hearing about Mythos and really understanding, the various threats that it kind of suggests, but in a way that, regular people can really understand.
Absolutely. Look, when most people hear AI found a bug in some code, their eyes glaze over. They think it's just another tech headline. But what happened with Mythos is fundamentally different. And I need you to picture the mechanics of what actually broke. Imagine the entire internet as this massive, ancient cathedral, built over decades by millions of human hands, stone by stone, wire by wire. Now, for 27 years, there's been a crack in one of the foundation stones, OpenBSD, one of the most security-obsessed operating systems on Earth. Millions of human eyes scanned that code. Automated tools ran 5 million security checks on related systems. Nobody found it. Mythos found it in hours, for less than the cost of dinner. But here's the visceral part. It didn't just find old cracks. It learned how to create new ones. It reverse-engineered security patches, the very fixes meant to protect us, and turned them into weapons in under 72 hours. The 30-day patch window, gone. We're now living in a 0-minute reality where the defense doesn't even get a head start. Wild to think about, isn't it? The thing we built to help us just became better at breaking things than we ever were at building them.
Okay. Better at breaking them than we ever were at building them. What do you think about that statement, Pietro?
I mean, I'll represent the for camp, and look, I'm just as freaked out as anybody, but like we have to be optimistic in moments like this. I think representing the for camp, wouldn't a system like this that is good at finding things and exploiting them and breaking things be just as good as at fixing them? And this is a beyond human moment in both damage and repair. So I would say, like, let's fix it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe this is a new internet. Maybe this will be a new internet moment, Web 3.0 or whatever number we're on, and this is just going to, and it's going to start with the big guns at Cisco and Google, Oracle, and wherever, yeah. Oracle, yeah, and trickle down to our individual Wix and Squarespace sites.
I absolutely agree with you, and I do see that positive side of it. I think one of like the counters to that is that, like, that's great when you have time to plan for it, because I do think that's where regulation usually lands. And I do think that's where, cybersecurity sort of mandates would go, that like, oh no, this is actually going to allow us to harden everything. This is going to allow us to make everything better. I think the issue when this capability is coming from, arguably, I mean, Anthropic's much more of an enterprise product than a commercial product, but let's just say arguably a commercial company, right? That's who's creating this thing. And anyone who were to gain access to it can find these type of vulnerabilities, right?
In a matter of hours.
Right, in a matter of hours. Yeah. And I think, one thing that really stands out to me is there's been this pattern of leapfrogging that we've been seeing between the frontier model companies. Yeah. So like XAI, OpenAI, Anthropic. What you'll see, Google, what you'll see is like one of them will release a new model, and then
blow away the benchmarks.
The winner.
Yeah.
Blow away the benchmarks. And then the next one will pop in and beat them and blow away. And we've been seeing that probably now it's every 3 to 6 weeks. It used to be every 2 to 5 months. We're seeing it faster and faster. Is this problem now going to happen every time one of those companies gets up to the next benchmark? And will they make the same decisions that Anthropic just made? Will they hold it back from public release? I guess I'm just sort of imagining that this is like Pandora's box that's opened. I don't know that like how we close it.
Yeah, and it really depends on the ethical stance of the companies that made it. And again, like, I'm glad that Anthropic is kind of setting a precedent here in this, and hopefully that will make the OpenAIs or Meta or Google or whoever is releasing that next leapfrog of a model that's even more powerful than Mythos.
Totally.
Think twice over, like, and it would signal that they're reckless if they go, we got a model that blows Mythos away and we're giving it away without any guardrails, right?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I am thankful, not saying this will work, but I am thankful for the process by which this is being released. And I think that that's where I would argue against the camp that talks about this as like a stunt or like a
Right.
yeah, because like I feel like that's kind of a backwards marketing.
It's dangerous too, because then everyone's just gonna make the stunt scarier and scarier.
Totally. Why would we do that? Yeah,
That's not a good idea.
We'll see what happens, but I am thankful for the precedent that's being set with this and saying, okay, look, let's go through the internet and patch it first.
Yeah.
And then when a smarter model comes out, let's do it again and do it again.